Scott Disick's reactions to Kourtney Kardashian getting engaged to Travis. Welcome back to Binge-Worthy Network. Kourtney Kardashian just got engaged to Travis Barker, and Scott Disick is apparently furious about the engagement news. Here is why the father of three is mad at his ex-girlfriend and her new fiance. But before we jump in, hit that like and subscribe button to be notified and updated on the latest Kardashian drama and news. After less than a year of dating, the oldest Kardashian-Jenner sibling made this special announcement on her Instagram. Along with a series of romantic pictures and the caption, "Forever," Kourtney confirmed she is about to become future Mrs. Travis Barker. As you can imagine, die-hard Keeping Up with the Kardashians fans were over the moon to see Kourtney K finally commit to a healthy relationship. After years and seasons of witnessing her on-and-off romantic situation with Scott Disick, Kourtney stans are now congratulating the Poosh director for her happily ever after. Along with fans, it's the super influential Kardashian-Jenner household that couldn't be happier for Kourtney K. Numerous insiders and close sources have been spilling all the interesting tea about Kourtney and Travis's engagement. From how the proposal happened to who knew about Travis's intentions, here is what the Hollywood insiders are sharing. Kourtney Kardashian is going to be walking down the aisle for the first time in her life, and she'll be doing it with none other than Travis Barker, who just popped the big question. The Blink-182 drummer got on bended knee Sunday at a beachside hotel in Montecito, where he pulled out all the stops before presenting her with an engagement ring and asking her to be his wife. Of course, she said yes, and gave him a big smooch to celebrate. It looks like some of their friends and family were on hand to bear witness, and Trav laid out an elaborate floral arrangement of roses right there on the sand. As you can see, Kourtney was digging it, hopping up into his arms as a private photographer fired off snaps. This is pretty stunning news because, as you know, the pair just started dating at the beginning of 2021. This after being close friends for years, of course, but still, that was fast. A different source exclusively told E! News that Kim, Kris Jenner, and Corey Gamble also witnessed the proposal and that they surprised the couple afterwards inside the hotel. The group then celebrated at a private area in the hotel's restaurant. The source shared that Kourtney had no idea that Travis was planning to propose and added, "She teared up and couldn't stop saying, 'I love you.'" They are head over heels and never experienced love like this. Kourtney is the happiest. Travis adores her and treats her so well. It's very different than our other relationships and all positive. It was an instant connection and bond ever since they became romantically involved. They are in it for the long haul. Everyone in the family adores Travis and their families mesh seamlessly. While we had a feeling Kourtney's family would adore her engagement to Travis, it's Scott Disick's reaction that truly caught everyone off guard. According to Us Weekly, Kourtney's ex-boyfriend and the father of three was furious to learn that his ex and her new beau were already ready for marriage. If you've been keeping up with the Kardashians for a few years now, chances are you know about Scott and Kourtney's complicated relationship and how the parents of three were simply never ready to make that big commitment. Even after 3 kids, Kourtney was always hesitant to fully trust and dedicate her life to Scott. And it looks like Disick can't handle his ex's newfound happiness. Check out what the insiders spilled to magazine publications. Not feeling the love? Scott Disick is absolutely furious over Kourtney Kardashian's engagement to Travis Barker, a source exclusively tells Us Weekly. He knew it was possible, but is very jealous of Kourtney and Travis's relationship. Scott still thinks that they could call things off before the wedding. Both Travis and Kourtney are on cloud 9. The Kardashians, Jenners, and Travis's family are so happy for the two of them. But that's not where the Scott and Kourtney drama ends. Oh no. The father of 3 had a lot more to share to the insiders, as well as his Instagram followers. As shared by People magazine, here is why Mason, Penelope, and Rain's father decided to distance himself from his ex-girlfriend and her new fiance. Following the news of the engagement, Disick is distancing himself from his ex's famous family in order to make his peace with the engagement news, according to the source. Scott hasn't really wanted to deal with Travis and Kourtney because he didn't feel like he'd have to. At first, it seems like it was just a casual relationship to him, nothing serious, so he pretty much put that on mute. Hasn't been giving it too much brainpower, thinking that eventually they'd break up. But that didn't happen, and now he's being forced to deal with it, which is uncomfortable. He knows he has to lean into the discomfort and get past it. He understands that it's not Kourtney's job or Travis's job to make him okay with this. It's his job, and if he's going to co-parent with Kourtney, which he has been, he has to process this and make his peace with it. The source says distancing himself from the family is a way for Disick to achieve that. It's not about them, it's not about Kourtney. It's about him needing some time to process this and deal with it on his own without them. He'll come around soon. Scott never approved of Kourtney dating Travis. He has struggled with their relationship, the source said. He always had this idea that he and Kourtney would eventually get back together. He was pretty shocked when he found out that she was dating Travis. And yet another publication, Entertainment Tonight, went on to share Scott's side of things. According to E! Tonight, here is how Scott reacted to Kourtney's new love chapter. Scott is stewing over Kourtney and Travis's engagement, and he is not happy at all. He's lonely right now and not in a relationship, and is very jealous that things are working out for Kourtney. Scott would prefer to go back to when him and Kourtney were just getting along as co-parents without anyone else in their lives romantically. He's going to go off the deep end. It's really bad. It's about to get dark. Yikes. We can't help but feel bad for Scott, especially since Kourtney and Travis's romance has been so publicized. Even Kourtney Kardashian fans and Keeping Up with the Kardashians viewers took their concerns to Twitter. Many fans and followers were quick to check up on Scott and how the father of three was handling the engagement news. Check out what fans shared. Kourtney and Travis are engaged? Someone go check on Scott, child. Live footage of Scott Disick after seeing the news that Kourtney and Travis are engaged. Kourtney engaged? I just know Scott is crying and throwing up right now. Kourtney refusing to marry Scott even though she had 3 children with him, refusing to continue filming KUWTK because she felt it was taking time away from her children, and now in her 40s in a happy, healthy relationship and newly engaged is the type of role model we need. Again, while diehard Kourtney fans looked forward to her happily ever after, many thought she would end up marrying Scott Disick, especially after Scott ended his 3-year-old relationship with girlfriend Sofia Richie because of Kourtney. According to Scott, who opened up in an episode of KUWTK, here is why he had to call it quits with this girl back in the beginning of 2020. Even when doing that, I feel like she just started wanting to push Kourtney out, and I said well, look, that's the most important thing to me, is my kids, and that's my family, and the only family I have, including you guys along with it. And she was like, I don't want to share you as a boyfriend with Kourtney, and then she literally said with an ultimatum, you have to choose me or Kourtney. I said, how could you even want that for me? It just became like an impossible relationship to keep carrying on with. And just like that, Scott Disick finally discussed his abrupt breakup with his 23-year-old girlfriend, Sofia Richie. During his confessionals, the father of 3 broke down the situation. I said, how could you even want that for me? It just became like an impossible relationship to keep carrying on with. Nothing in a million years will be worth what we have, and I truthfully believe if the right person were to even come along into Kourtney's life or my life, us having children and having this amazing relationship would only be a plus to the outsider. Life gets really weird when you're living with someone, and then your world just gets so small and you're spending 24 hours a day with people. I mean, you can look at the news and see that people are getting divorced left and right, and I definitely think it did create a problem between Sophia and I. And I think we kind of saw some things in each other that weren't us being on the same page, I guess. But what do you think of Kourtney Kardashian's engagement to Travis Barker and Scott Disick's feelings about the whole engagement? Do you think Kourtney and Travis were always meant to be together? Do you think Scott Disick will ever move on from Kourtney Kardashian? Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications and share this video with your friends. Goodbye, everyone.